YouTube, it's Dawn again and welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to follow up on a series that I was doing before I took a short hiatus. It was kind of like a long hiatus on working in tech sales and working in sales in general. And the kind of last parts of that I wanted to touch on is just to kind of give a little bit more insight into the different parts of working in sales or a sales team. So one I will say is there may be a bit confusion on kind of inside sales and outside sales or field sales. So there's always different titles and very creative names for both of these roles. So inside sales, typically you'll see like it could be an account executive, it could be market development, it could be business development, representative, something like that. And then field sales will be more of like a field sales, business development manager, account executive still, something along those lines, enterprise sales, territory manager, whatever. And so the difference between the two are essential. There's inside sales can be the person in the organization and part of the sales team that is generating leads and also booking meetings. So their responsibility is to prospect. So they call on organizations, if it's B2B sales, that's kind of what I'm talking about here. B2B sales, they're calling into organizations trying to see who the right person to speak with is. Once they kind of get that information, they make the contact with the appropriate person. Then they try to book a call or a meeting with that person and the field sales rep, or with themselves, and then they may later on pass it to the field sales rep to close the actual deal. Now, with some organizations, the inside sales rep, depending on kind of like the deal size, they can also close new business as well. So it's not always handed over to the field sales rep to do that. And it's a good way, guys. I know a lot of people don't like cold calling. They don't like, you know, the boiler room kind of always picking up the phone and getting rejected, and, you know, they hate that feeling. But it is the foundation of being a good salesperson, in my opinion. I've started in kind of like a market development role or the inside sales role in my sales career, and I was really excited. I never wanted to think that I was above any type of sales role, because again, I think sales is a skill. It's probably one of the most valuable skills that I think someone can have in business. And so I never wanted to skip a step because if you can't handle rejection, then you won't do well in sales. And when I say handle rejection, I don't mean like it doesn't like bother you or whatever, but if it makes you not want to proceed, then sales is going to be difficult. So you almost have to build up your immunity to it. Like, okay, that's fine. It hurt, but I dust myself off. I can get back out there and do it again. And I would always be on the hunt for a no. Like, I'm going to keep going at you until you tell me specifically no. Because until you tell me no, there's an opportunity. So anyway, that's kind of like the nature of inside sales. Inside sales, you can make a lot of money. Basically, the commission structure for inside sales is usually based on how many meetings you book. So you'll have a target, whether that's monthly, quarterly, however your organization does it, but they will give you a goal of, hey, you need to book this many qualified meetings per quarter, per month, and you are paid commission based on how many meetings that you book, or, you know, to hit that target or pass that target. And that's part of your OTE. So your OTE means on target earnings. Basically, it's your salary, your base pay, like what you get just for showing up and doing your job, in combination with doing your job and hitting your targets in commission. So that's your OTE. So hey, we give you this goal to meet this target of however many meetings you need to book. You book that amount of meetings, then you will get at least this OTE if you hit the goal. Now, if you surpass that goal, you can make even more money. So that's kind of the nature of inside sales. Again, don't be intimidated. by inside sales. Don't think that it's, you can't make a lot of money, because you can. And it's a great way to hone your selling skills. Yeah, so that's just that on inside sales. Now, outside sales or field sales is when you are taking a meeting that was booked from an inside salesperson. Either they've already had the initial conversation or meeting with the prospect, or they've just booked the meeting and they haven't spoken to them in terms of a full-length conversation yet. So they pass it on to the field sales rep, and then the field sales rep will then go and actually meet or have a call with the prospect and, do some discovery and find out if there is an opportunity there. So the field sales rep can travel a lot within their territory as well. So they do in-person meetings, maybe not so much right now, but that will soon change, I'm sure, in the future. But they do in-person interviews. So they take that opportunity from that first meeting or second meeting or whenever at the point that it was passed on to them, all the way to closing the deal and a contract being signed. So whatever that sales cycle is like for the organization, they will take it through the entire sales cycle, whether that's 2 months or 2 years. It completely depends on whatever you're selling, but that's the part of the field sales responsibility. Now, the field sales rep will also work with other teams within the organization to get the deal closed, maybe like a pre-sales or account executive, IT, all of that jazz to get the deal actually closed. So as you can see, within that entire sales cycle, that's why it's typically inside sales rep and outside sales rep. Now, there are some outside sales reps that also have to do prospecting. And a lot of organizations, what I find is that they do encourage the outside sales reps to, even if they have an inside sales team, to do prospecting as well, which I think is good, because like I said, there are skills that you learn when you're an inside sales rep, and you don't want to lose those skills when you're an outside sales rep, right? Because you never know when you're paired with, you don't want to be dependent on your commission for someone else generating all of the meetings. Sometimes you got to get out there and get dirty too, So those are on the outside and the inside and the outside. Now, the outside sales rep commission is based on closing the deal. So it is not based on you going to that first meeting. It is not based on, the meeting going well and them saying they want to move forward. No, it's based on them actually signing a contract. So until that contract is signed, you don't get commission. So again, the OTE on target earnings is pretty much the same. You get a base salary. That's what you get paid to go on these meetings and all this kind of stuff. And then you get a commission based on, it's a percentage usually on the deal size or whatever structure, but it's based on that deal closing. So as you see, both teams have OTE. Both teams have, their own individual responsibilities, and sometimes there's a bit of overlap, but both are essential and key to a sales organization. And we know sales organizations are key to keeping the lights on in a company. So with both of these, there's different pros and cons for both. The inside sales rep is great, especially now for people who are working from home. If you don't like to travel, if you work well kind of on your own, where you're like, hey, just give me my territory and let me have at it. If you're really good on the phone, or you don't really like person-to-person interactions, but you're great on a phone call, that is a great team to be on. I also say inside sales reps are great if you like kind of more instant gratification, because you are getting your commission right when the meeting takes place, whereas the field sales rep, they're having to wait however long. I've been working on deals that took me like almost 2 years to close. yeah. But so if you're more of an instant gratification, hey, I like fast, busy, moving all the time, inside sales is great for that. Also, it can be transactional as well. So if you have a lower, kind of amount of a deal where they can be done on the phone, and now the times that we're moving in now, I can see these kind of being a little bit more blurred, where field sales, I don't know how the future of business travel will be. I know obviously it will come back, but will it come back as it was before? I don't know. So a lot more deals are going to have to be done via Zoom, call, whatever. So inside sales can maybe take more of the chunk of that sales cycle. I don't know, I'm not Nostradamus, but I'm just saying that could be the case. So, but if you're in the beginning of your sales career, definitely, I would recommend starting in inside sales, learning the fundamentals, and then also you can kind of learn more from the field sales reps as well. As you're going. But if you don't want the whole responsibility of closing contracts and all that, inside sales is for you. Now, if you like to travel, if you like in-person interaction, such as myself, if you like fast-paced but maybe not so much, or you've done inside sales and you're like, I need something different, I'm getting burnt out, like I need a change, maybe try field sales. Now with us working from home, yes, you will be home more, but it still has that same kind of autonomous kind of feel to it, where you're kind of working as your own business. Both teams, you establish relationships, which are awesome, especially as people jump around to different organizations, and you can keep those relationships going. But LinkedIn is a vital tool for that. But anyway, moving on from that, yeah, I think it just serves two different personalities. And there are some people who can do both, I like to think that I can, but I can't. No, I enjoy both. I prefer field sales right now where I am in my career. And yeah, you can make decent money in field sales as well. I think the commission checks may tend to be larger, but you don't get them as often, if that makes sense. So so that's kind of just my 2 cents on the whole inside sales, field sales, what the commission structure is like. Now, when you get paid commission, that varies on within the organization. Some pay them quarterly, some pay them monthly. It all just depends. But sales to me is where you can make a lot of money if you are willing to just put in the work. Every part of sales you're not going to like. Like, some people don't like doing demos, some don't like building proposals, some don't like crunching numbers, and so it's just all about what do you like, focus on that, and then ask for help in the places that you're not the strongest in. But I hope you guys found this video helpful. Again, I made a couple of more videos about working in tech sales, and then why not consider tech. So I kind of go into a little bit more there. I work in tech sales and I absolutely love it. And the way that the economy is going, and some of the threats to some positions in terms of where technology is going and some positions becoming obsolete, sales is, to me, it's one of the positions that is always going to be in demand. So I hope you guys found this helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Please like, subscribe, and comment down below. And until next time, bye.